Good morning once again. My name is Mr. Prince Godson of grade 2 in Motorstolic International School. Today we'll be taking the subject social study. I'll be taking social study. Topic country. The topic country. And as we all know, we all come from different countries. Like myself, I'm from Nigeria. You may be from South Sudan, you may be from Guinea, you may be from Russia, England, Germany, Canada, and so on and so forth. They are all what? Countries. These are the names of various countries, or perhaps different countries. Now let's see the definition of the word country. First off, what is a country? We say a country is an area of land. A country is an area of land that has its own name, meaning every country has its own name. Just like human beings, we all have our own names. We all have different names. Every country has its own name, its own governments. Government means the head, the one that dictates how the country moves. Like, for instance, we say the father is the head of the family. The government of every country is the head of that country. And every country has its own government and its own flag. Every country has its own flag. Most countries also have their own money. Most countries also have their own money and their own language or languages. As you can see, every country has its own land. They have their own name, government, flag, money, and last but not the least, language. Okay? Now, altogether, there are more than 190 countries in the whole world or in the globe. There are more than 190 countries. Okay? And we have about 7 continents here on Earth. We have 7 continents here on Earth. Once again, I'll take it one more time. We say a country is an area of land that has its own name, its own government, and its own flag. Most countries, or should I say every country, most countries also have their own money and their own language. Okay? I use the word language singular, but most countries have more than one language. Now let me say Africa, for instance. Africa has about 54 countries in total. Africa is a continent. Africa is a continent. And Egypt can be seen or is located in Africa. Egypt is located where? In Africa. Okay? Now, in Africa, we have about 54 countries. I take it again, we have about 54 countries. Okay? Now, first off, let's use the key study. Let's say our key study today will be using Egypt as our key study. And we are in the land of Egypt. We are in Egypt. And where can Egypt be seen? Egypt can be found in Africa. Egypt can be found in Africa. That means we've gone with what? Land. Okay? We are now in the land of Egypt. We are in the land of Egypt. Now let's go with the first one. We'll say name. Let's say Egypt. Egypt is the name. And it's located where? In Africa. Egypt is the name and it's located where? In Africa. We say country is an area of land. Okay? Secondly, we have what? Government. Or let's say name. Secondly, name. Egypt is what? Is in Africa, the land. The name is what? Egypt. Now let's proceed to the next one, which says government. Government, in other words, we say is the head. Okay, the head, just like the father is the head of the family. Now let's see, who is the president or who heads the affair of Egypt? It's no other than Mr. Abdul Fattah el-Sisi. Let's say Mr. Abdul. Let's say, just say Sisi. He is the government. He is in charge of the government of Egypt, or he is the head. So whatever that happens, automatically he is what? The number one citizen. Now let's proceed to the next one, which says flag. Every country has his or her own flag. We also have money. We also have what? Money. Now, let's say in Egypt, what is the name or the currency used in Egypt? The currency is what? Egyptian pounds. It's known as what? The Egyptian pounds. Like in my own country, the currency is known as what? Naira. In Britain, the currency is known as what? The British pound. In America, their currency is known as what? The American dollar. So you see, every country has its or her own money. Now, the last but not the least, we have language. Language. Let's say language. Language. Like I told you earlier on, every country has its or her own language or languages. Some have more than one. But in Egypt, I should say 90 or 85% of the Egyptians speak what? Or they mostly speak Arabic. Arabic is the official language of the Egyptian. Arabic is the official language of what? The Egyptian. So you see, first off we have Egypt. Egypt is located where? In the land of Africa. Let me see that you can see Egypt can be seen in an African map. Secondly, governments. Government, the head. Mr. Abdul Fattah el-Sisi is the president of Egypt. So he is in charge of the government. Money. We have the Egyptian pounds. We have what? The Egyptian pounds. Language, Arabic. Language, Arabic. Now let's recap one more time. Let's recap one more time. What is a country? What is a country, or how do you best define the word country? We say a country is an area of land that has its own name, its own government, and its own flag. I didn't include the flag here. Like I told you earlier on, every country has its own flag. Let me just add that one. Now the Egyptian flag. The Egyptian flag. It has three colors. 1, 2, and 3. Here we have red. Here we have white. Hello? Here we have white. Here we have white, and we have what? We have black. See, these are the three colors that makes up the Egyptian flag: red, white, and black. Red, white, and black. Okay. Now every country has its own land. Egypt is located where? In Africa. The government, or the head of the Egyptian government, is Mr. Abdul Fattah el-Sisi. The money used in Egypt is what? The Egyptian pounds. And the language spoken in Egypt is what? The Arabic language. The last but not the least, the Egyptian flag. The Egyptian flag has three colors, which is red, white, and black. Is there any question? Okay. In the absence of that, please, in case you missed out of any of our teaching, please, you can visit the website, Tender Care Motorstolic YouTube channel. Okay. You just go straight to your teacher's video, click on it, and you can watch from it. Thank you very much.